All right, what's up, Fight Fam? This is the raw and the real Fight Born. All right, today we talking about the Crawford Porter fight. It's gonna be a good fight, y'all. It's gonna be a good one, very good one. There's a few interesting takes I got on this fight. I know that Sean Porter, this is his. He's done fought everybody. Let's be honest. He done fought everybody, win, lose, or draw. He got one of the best resumes in the business besides Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao. He got a nice resume. He do got a nice resume. And right now, this is his last hurrah, I would say. You know, so because after this fight, where else he's gonna go? There's really nothing out there, nothing else out there for him. He already said he's not messing with Jerron Ennis. So what he's gonna do, where he's gonna go, we don't know. Crawford, on the other hand, I wish I can understand the way that man thinks and what's his game plan. Now, being with Top Rank for so long, with the promoter that really doesn't care about you and said this on national TV. Why would you, if I was Terrence Crawford, why would I resign with someone who doesn't have my best interest at hand? And who bashes me on TV. And then Terrence Crawford, for the most part, he's been chasing Manny Pacquiao for years. But you're not willing to fight the fighters that's in your era. Now, I don't know what the game might be. I don't know, because the shit is chess, not checkers. Maybe he wanted the Pacquiao fight so he can get a bigger piece of, if he beats Pacquiao, he can get a bigger piece of the pie when it comes down to fighting Errol Spence. I'm not sure. But he needs to fight some elite competition in order to get his name back buzzing again. Because right now, it don't look good for you, bud. It don't look good for you at all. But let's get back to the subject at hand. Crawford Porter. Good fight. Porter's gonna push the shit out of Crawford. And we all know Crawford, he's not the best defensive sounded fighter. He can get touched. Mean Machine proved that. Other fighters have proved that. Sturdy chin, but he can get touched. Now with the relentless pressure of Sean Porter, and Sean Porter just in your face style, he can possibly make him uncomfortable enough to make a mistake to win a couple rounds, get a couple rounds out of there. You know what I'm saying? He can make him make some mistakes. Because I don't think Terrence Crawford really fought a fighter that's a pressure fighter like Sean Porter. He hasn't fought a fighter like that. And safely to say, I don't think Porter ever fought a fighter like Crawford. So it's going to be something to see. But in the same breath, it's must-see TV. It's must-see TV. It's like fighting Sean Porter is going to be the measuring stick to where Terrence Crawford really fits that in the welterweight division. Because not say all the other welterweights he fought wasn't real welterweights, but he hasn't fought a fighter with the resume of a Porter. And this will be the measuring stick for that. So it's going to be interesting to see. Very interesting to see. I can't wait, actually. I want to see what it goes down, what it's going to be. And this is a proving ground for Terrence Crawford. Because he's going to have to prove himself that he belongs, and all this money he asking for and this 60-40 split is going to prove. Because the Kell Brook fight, it was going the other way. Kell just got caught. But for the most part, Kell was steady. Kell was steady and sturdy and had Crawford where he wanted him to be at that time. He just got caught with something. And in my opinion, it was a premature stoppage. Former champions and champions of things, sometimes you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. You got to let them guys fight. Now, I mean, it was a too early stoppage, and I'm sure Kell would have wanted to go out on his shield. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, to me, it was a too early stoppage. You should have just let it go. If he would have knocked him out, he would have rallied back, because the most dangerous fighter is a hurt fighter. So I would have liked to see that. And, Kell wasn't the Kell Brook of old, so that plays a role too. So let's see what it's going to be. Let's see what it's going to be. But that still baffles me. Why would you re-sign with a promoter who don't really care about you? You know what I'm saying? Who don't have your best interests in hand. And not, I mean, it's one thing about loyalty, but loyalty only can take you so far. You got to be able to manage and control your own destiny. You know what I'm saying? If a promoter is not putting all his energies into promoting his fighters and making them, you got to promote your fighters. Anything you do in life, you got to promote them. Or why have them on your stable? But to me personally, I think Terrence Crawford don't want these big mega fights. I think he's in the game for a whole nother reason. I don't think it's to become undisputed or none of that. I don't think so. Because if it was that, if it was solely on that, you would be worried about the fighters that's in your area and not chasing Pacquiao. Like I said, he probably wanted to get that W under his belt to use it as a bargaining chip. So later on down the line, when he have to face these guys, he can get that asking amount of money that he's looking for. I'm not sure what was his game plan. I'm not sure. But I know if you would have went over to the PBC, you would have been making more money, and the best welterweights are there that you can fight and potentially make the kind of money that you desire. But that's a whole different story. But this fight is going to be good. Crawford and Porter. Let's see who got this, because right now, Porter is almost going toward like Berto status. The gatekeeper of the welterweight division. Like Berto once was. You beat Berto, you can get a title shot. So it's like, I don't know. Things need to be shook up a bit though, because there's a lot of fighters out there Terrence Crawford could have fought. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens. But it's going to be an interesting fight. And if I had to put my money on it, I don't know. I'm going to put it to you like this. Porter known for getting touched, taking punches, and still coming. Crawford known for the same thing, taking punches, and still coming. But I don't think Porter is going to give Crawford enough time to think. And it's going to be interesting to see how Crawford reacts to that. You're not going to get enough time to think, because he's going to be in that chest. He's going to be right up on you and breathing down your neck. So, and how can Crawford work under pressure against that bulldozing style? Will he able to switch hit, or would he get caught in the switch because of the aggression of Porter? Or will he be able to sidestep, counter, move? It's gonna make him bring out all the tools he got. Porter is gonna push you. Or will Crawford set up something and have Porter run or jump into something? We don't know. That's why this is a must-see TV fight. We must see what's gonna happen. We don't know. Because he can hit him with some sneaky stuff like he hit Kell with and change the dynamic of the way the fight going. But one thing Sean got to do is he got to stay in this chest. Don't try and fight Crawford like you fought Ugas, or it might be a long night for you. Well, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on the fight. Prediction, don't really got one right now. It's a 50-50 fight. It can go either way. I look at it as Porter's last hurrah at a championship shot, and it's the proving grounds for Terrence Crawford to prove that he deserved to be considered one of the elites. Because me personally, like everybody else, everybody else counting what he did at junior welterweight. I'm not looking at that. You in the welterweights now. Yeah, you was undisputed and all that stuff then. And yeah, you've been having knockouts since you've been a welterweight. But against who? It's not been no elite fighters. This is your first test. Let's see if you're going to pass with flying colors. I can't wait. Let's get it. This tease real. And we at the raw and real fight for him. See you again, fam. Peace.